Hey, what's going on, fellas? Happy Friday morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Morning's off to a good little start. It's the weekend because this is the Friday episode here of Winning Bets. Feels damn good to hang out with you guys. Obviously, we missed the last couple of days here of YouTube and doing the morning show. MLB was with their all-star break, so volume of sports was obviously low without the MLB. So we just took a couple of days, but here we are back at it, and we'll be back at it again today, live at 11 a.m. Eastern time with myself and the Hockey Squirrel, previewing today's MLB slate. All 30 teams are in action, 15 games, loaded MLB slate. Excited to get back onto the payoff pitch and preview that MLB slate with you guys and hopefully deliver what would be a winning card to you guys. So let's make sure we go ahead and recap what's been going on. Again, we haven't been with you guys since Tuesday, so we're not going to recap, though, what happened Tuesday. We're not going to recap on Wednesday. Let's just go ahead and throw up the recap from yesterday, and that'll paint the story for what's been happening this entire week. We only had one play yesterday. It was in the women's semifinal. We went ahead and dropped that one. We had Slitovina and Sabalenka to both win a set. Sabalenka wins a set and going down 2-1 to Ons Jabeur, but Svitolina cannot win a set. And be quite frankly, yeah, maybe it was a player that was just fatigued, and that would be both physically and mentally. You know, maybe knocking off Schwagetek, and then just, I don't know, just looked like she was just a little bit off of it right there. And also going up against a left-hander, sometimes the lefty on grass can, be a little tricky. So you add that with maybe some mental and, physical fatigue, and she was unable to go ahead and take a set. So, yeah, we went ahead and dropped our only play there. But as you can see, we're at plus 2.66 units. And let's go ahead and ring the cash register for that at plus 2.66 units. Yeah, well, the reason we're going to go ahead and ring the cash register on that is, A, we're positive on the week. Tuesday, we actually went 2-0 on Tuesday. We actually went 2-0 on Wednesday. So we've had a good week. Obviously, we're sitting in a nice position. We're 5-2 on the week and plus 2.66 units again. And making a lot of arbitrage money is, quite frankly, boost on DraftKings are putting us in a nice position. And then the ones on FanDuel are actually getting some good ones on FanDuel from the All-Star break, home run derby contest, and over $70 right now of arbitrage money. We do already have a bet in action this morning. It's on the men's semifinal. We've got Djokovic on the money line. Just didn't really want to get too cute right there. I thought Djokovic was possibly going to win 3-0. But then it's like, well, maybe Sinner takes one set and he only wins 3-1. The only thing that's going to happen in this match is Djokovic is going to win the match. So this did Djokovic on the money line, and we've got him parlayed with over 3.5 sets in Alcaraz versus Medvedev. That should just be an absolutely fantastic of a match. Neither one of those guys should get overpowered 3 straight sets. And because of that, even if it's 2 sets to love at one point, expect that other guy who's down the love to win the 3rd set. They're just too talented. There's not a lot of separation between these guys. The head-to-head is also very tight between these guys. So just like a good competitive match between Alcaraz and Medvedev. So we'll take over 3.5 sets. And again, we'll parlay that with Djokovic on the money line. Djokovic obviously up 2 sets to love, so he looks pretty good. It's on serve right now. At least I've got it up. It's at a commercial. I wasn't watching that last game, but I'm going to assume it's 3-2 in the 3rd. So on serve in the 3rd is what we got going on. So that's what we've got going on this week. It's been a great week. Again, 5-2 this week, 2 sweeps on Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking to get back on at it today in the MLB. And obviously, again, there's a full card with 15 games in action. Already tweeted out several bets last night in the MLB. We're going to go ahead and do Yankees on the run line. We'll do Braves on the run line. Red Sox on the money line. We'll take Corbin Burns under 6.5 Ks, Ross Stripling under 3.5 Ks, and all that justification can be found on the payoff pitch live at 11 a.m. Eastern time, top of the hour with myself and the Hockey Squirrel previewing today's MLB slate. We'll justify those bets and give out some more there on the payoff pitch. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have had a good week. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed a little bit of a break, maybe from the sports and maybe from the sports betting as well. But hopefully, just like myself, you're eager and you're hungry to get back at it. And I'm also really excited for the payoff pitch. I thoroughly enjoy that show, talking baseball, hearing the opinions of Hockey Squirrel, and then taking those and hopefully putting together winning cards for you guys every single day. So that's what we'll do. All right. How's everybody doing? We are 3-2. 3-2. Djokovic is serving, and he just wins that point. Okay, so good little start right there on his service game. All right, fellas, anything else? Everybody fired up? Everybody just ready for the payoff pitch? I like it. I would, of course, love to show you guys Wimbledon, but, man, those YouTube police, man, they're they are fast, to say the least. We got shut down so fast. So we'll just hang out here for a couple minutes, see if Djokovic can get a hold. Maybe a question will pop in. Either way, we'll just hang out. Give you guys some volume at least. No, he's not going to come back. Ooh, 15 all. That was a nice little smash. What's up, Nebraska? What's up, man? What's up, man? See with Djokovic. See if he can get this hold. That was a nice hit by center. There you go, 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. Up a couple units on the week. Best bet of the day. You just jumping right to my notes on the payoff pitch. All right, I hear you. We can pull those up. Best bet today. Best bet. Braves run line. Braves run line. Best bet today. Braves run line. Best bet today. Got it? Nebraska? Ready to see you at the cash counter? Braves run line. Best bet today. Gave it out last night. I think it was minus 125. It's basically that right now. I think you can get minus 130, but no real difference. So that's the best bet. Braves on the run line. There you go. 40-15. 40-15 Djokovic. 40-15. So yeah, we'll go Braves run line as the best bet today. Best bet today. Braves run line. Take it on the White Sox. All right. 40-15. Best bet today. See if Djokovic can close this out. And yes, sir. 3-3. All right, got another question. Nebraska, keep them coming, man. Keep them coming. You like the best bet of the day? I mean, I only take run lines in this scenario. This is the only time I take run lines. If you guys hear me on payoff pitch, I'll be like, better offense, better starter, better bullpen, check, check, check. If you can do all check, 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 you deserve to be on the run line. They've got the better starter. Charlie Morton up against Michael Kopech, by far the better starter in Charlie Morton. Better offense. White Sox can't hit right-handers. Braves one of the best offenses in the league, and Braves in the top 5 versus right-handed hitting, or right-handed pitching. And then better bullpen. Braves bullpen, you got top 5 versus bottom 5. So, yeah. Are the Braves coming off a loss before the All-Star break? Oh, boy, I have no idea. I don't know. We can see. I can't imagine that. Tyler asked a question on Twitter. He said, first game after the All-Star break, is it straightforward or do you see any weird stuff? You know, I think that's just an easy excuse to like justify a losing bet, right? Like if the Braves don't win tonight, well, they came out of the All-Star break, they were flat. Like, who the hell knows? Like, if the good team comes out flat, why can't the shitty team comes out flat? It's all even. Like, all these guys will be ready to go. You know, managers will give their pep talk. Hey, guys, this is the beginning of the second half. Let's start strong. You know, build on what we've done. Or let's go make a comeback and see if we can't. I don't worry about anything coming out of the All-Star break. And to answer your question, yes, they lost 10-4 prior to the All-Star break. Come off a series win against the Rays. And lost the final against the Rays. But yeah, series win against the Rays. Center's up 30 love in his service game, so looking like we're going to stay on serve here in the third set. Yep, now it's 40 love, so we're definitely going to stay on serve here in the third set. I've given out 5 bets. I wonder what Squirrel's favorite over or favorite under is today. I'll tell you guys what my favorite over is today. I'll tell you what my favorite over is today. Hold on a second. My favorite over today Let's see. Nationals Cardinals over 9. Nationals Cardinals over 9 is a good one. I like Guardians Rangers over 8.5. Guardians Rangers over 8.5. And then Marlins Orioles over 8.5. Marlins Orioles over 8.5. And then Brewers Reds over 9.5. Brewers Reds over 9.5. So those are some of my favorite overs or unders today. I could have also said unders, but the overs kind of stick out today. They look good. Hopefully things cooperate. So yeah, I like that over. I like those over. So Marlins, Orioles, Rangers, Guardians. What else did I say? Oh yeah, Nationals, Cardinals. Nationals, Cardinals are the overs I like. So there we go. Let's see. Oh, I got to lock in my guys on MLB Beat the Streak. Let me go ahead and lock in my 2 batters on MLB Beat the Streak. I'm going to lock in, what's this guy's name? Teoscar Hernandez for the Mariners? Is that how you pronounce this guy's name? I'm locking him in. He's 8 for 19 off Rodriguez, 2 doubles and 3 home runs. Yeah, I like that. He's got according to the app, he's got a 71% chance of hitting. You get that righty on lefty matchup. He went 1 for 3 in his last game. And yeah, he's hitting 421 off Rodriguez, 8 for 19. Yeah, sign me up. And then the other batter that I'm going to use is Trey Turner. He's 7 for 20 up against Yu Darvish. Padres bullpen is scuffling. Really outside of Hader, it's a below average bullpen. So I'm going to take Trey Turner. He's 7 for 20 against Darvish with 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Center. All right. Let's see if he can get a break here. Trey Turner, according to the app, has a 67% chance of getting a hit tonight. Sign me up. All right. So I'm locked in on Trey Turner. And I'm not sure how to pronounce the other guy's name. Teoscar Hernandez. Let's see if Djokovic can get a hold here. He's down love 15 in his service game. Love 15. Comes out with a big serve that misses. Second serve. Second serve. Let's see what happens. Holding on to Djokovic money line. Up 2 sets to love. On serve in the 3rd set. Love 15. Center. Oh, wow. Center had a chance to really take advantage of a second serve and hit it long. That's an unforced error. I mean, he even spun around to avoid the backhand to get to his forehand and still missed it. I missed it badly. Not good. Over on any Reds game sounds good. I like that. Yeah, especially with Ashcraft pitching. Brewers lit his ass up early June. I think it was like 4 innings pitched. I'll give it to you exactly. It was ugly. It was ugly. Not good. Let's see. 4 innings pitched, 9 hits, 10 earned runs, 2 home runs, 4 walks. Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. And we know Corbin Burns, who did he face in his last time out? Cincinnati Reds. Had a good outing, went 6 strong. Should favor the Reds a little bit this time around, though. And I'll take my chances that it will. And in that outing, 5 days ago, he only got 6 strikeouts, which would have gotten us a cash of today's bets of under 6.5 Ks at plus 102. Would have cashed 5 days ago, roughly speaking. I don't think these guys exactly played 5 days ago with the All-Star break, but you know what I mean? His last opponent was the Reds. Would have cashed. Not expecting him to be as successful, but even if, be just as successful and still get 6 strikeouts and give me a cash of plus 102. Love everything about that game. Love the over. All right, let me go. Let's get Hockey Squirrel. Let me go grab him. We'll get his thoughts. Thank you guys for hanging out. I was looking forward to today, quite frankly, for the past 2 days. Just love getting in here and talking shop and breaking down today's slate with you guys. So, all right, let me go grab ourselves a squirrel, and we'll come on back. Hey, welcome back into today's episode of the Payoff Pitch. We're live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, coming off the MLB All-Star break, jumping into a full Friday MLB slate, and here with the Hockey Squirrel here to preview it. I'm, of course, Jason. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Mentioned that we were away for a couple days, but it feels good to be back in here talking shop with you guys and previewing the MLB slate. How's it going there, Squirrel?
Hey, not too bad. Kind of glad to be not only betting on WNBA. Uh, now, I think they have their like what would be an All-Star break. It would look like
All-Star
so.
break?
No
Okay.
WNBA today
Huh.
for
How's there an All-Star break? I thought you gave out your first WNBA pick like 3 weeks ago. They're already at the break?
it. It would appear so. There's I don't know whatever team Wilson and team something else is, but I would think that that's what that is. I don't exactly know, but there's no WNBA games, so besides MLB,
Mm-hmm.
all I really have to bet on is NBA Summer League. I haven't really been dabbling in tennis or golf or NASCAR as you do or any of that. So, yeah, glad to have MLB back though today.
Okay, good. Yeah, I look forward to it as well. Nice little break, of course, but always feels good to jump back at it. Let's go ahead and jump right on into the slate. Full 15 games, all
Yeah,
30 teams are
sure.
in action. See what you want to kick off the show with, and around the bases, where we take a couple games and we break them down. What is it for you, Squirrel?
I only came up with one game for around the bases, and I have every other inning filled. So I'll have to scrape for something else after this one. But I was looking at the Padres on the money line with you, Darvish. You have just a more well-known or recognizable pitcher there going against Sanchez. I think Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. Still great numbers, right? Fantastic numbers. I just don't really know that much about him. And there were just slight edges in a couple spots today, Padres being one of them, where they're kind of coin flippy and you get some edges. But I think I want to back the Padres today, and I would back you, Darvish, as well. And we'll get to it in the next inning. I'll be backing him as well from a prop perspective.
From a prop
So
perspective. Okay.
that's kind of what pushed me towards this money line as well. But it really comes down to I think the more well-known and experienced pitcher. Not to say that the Phillies pitchers has bad numbers by any means.
Yeah, I that's one where whether I disagree on a thing or maybe it's rapid fire, I would more rather have the Phillies, I think, in this matchup. I do want to lean on the hitting that they have versus right-handers, the struggles that the Padres have, and the Phillies bullpen was surging going to the All-Star break. We don't know how it's going to unfold coming out of the All-Star break, but going into
Yeah,
it, that Phillies bullpen was top three in the MLB. So I probably lean the other way on that one with you guys. I think I would take the Phillies, and I think you can get the Phillies at around even money. So I'd rather have that one a little bit more. So, what do you think about the Yankees taking on the Rockies today? Because I had the Yankees on the run line today. To me, they get the better starter. Carlos Rodon taking on Austin Gomber. Rodon
oh
making his
yeah.
second start of the season. Austin Gomber is one of the worst starters in all of major leagues. And going into the All Star break, the Yankees were in a top 10 offense versus left-handers, so swinging a hot bat versus left-handers, you're getting Austin Gomber. On the flip side, the Rockies were bottom 10 versus left-handers. Carlos Rodon knows these Rockies. When you look up a Swish Analytics and you start to look at career batting average against today's starting pitching, you can see a bunch of Rockies that have struggled. Only two right-handed bats have success off of Carlos Rodon. Otherwise, everybody struggled off of him in their career. So, yeah, I think Rodon should have a nice night. You add in the offensive advantages, and then the bullpen, the numbers are pretty even. Although, to be fair to the Rockies bullpen going into the All-Star break, they did grade out a little bit better across the board. But I think Aaron Boone's quick hook will actually neutralize that little advantage that the Rockies have. He doesn't let any of his guys get exposed coming out of that bullpen. They start to get hit, and he has no problem giving the hook and going to the next guy. So I like the Yankees better offense, better starter, maybe not the better bullpen, but I like the Yankees on the run line to come out hot after the All-Star break and pick up a run line win.
Here's a question to ask then is, we keep talking about this lineup without Aaron Judge. When is he coming back? And does anyone actually know? I don't think anyone does. I just Googled it while you were kind of chatting there.
Okay.
Yankees GM pours cold water over the injury rumor that he's going to come back right after the break. They said that there's no timetable for that, and he has more steps to take. Da da da. So, yeah,
You know what's
Judge will
not
be back at some point in the second half.
okay. You know, it's also laughable, Squirrel, just to go
What's
along with
that?
that Yankees talk, and you're talking about Aaron Judge and what have you. You can go on DraftKings, and the Yankees have the 7th best odds of winning the World Series. Like, would you want any part of that team to win a World Series, and they have the 7th best odds? I
No,
want so many
but
teams that are below them, you know what I mean, to win the series. It's laughable that they are the
yeah,
7th best odds. All right, you said you didn't have a second game, so I'll just do another one here of around the bases.
sure.
Much like I like the Yankees to get the win today, I also think the Red Sox can pick up the win today in Chicago as they're taking on the Cubs. You get Bello up against Hendricks, and this is where maybe you're sitting there and you like the under better, where you have a hard time picking between the winner. I want the better starter in Bello. Bello, after a slow start, has been phenomenal as of late. He goes 6-7 innings every single time out. Hendricks, he's going to have to work to go his 5-6 innings, where Bello, it's a little bit easier for him right now. He's just outperforming Hendricks right now. Red Sox offense entering the break were number 1 versus right-handed pitching. They were hitting 298. They were slugging 492. Their weighted runs created was 5th best at 123. And for comparison, the Cubs are 78 in their weighted runs created, and they're only hitting 224. Remember, the Red Sox are hitting 298. So, yeah, give me the number 1 offense going into the break against a bottom, below-average Chicago Cubs team in terms of hitting. Red Sox bullpen, better ERA, better FIP. Cubs better on-base percentage and better whip. So you may be getting on base with the Red Sox, but then they're clamping down in big situations.
Just slightly,
getting a
or
big
by
strikeout.
a good amount.
Slightly. It's slightly. It's not a big bullpen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking,
Right.
I'll get you the exact numbers for bringing that up. Opponent's batting average for Red Sox, 257. Cubs, 230. The whip was 1.3 versus 1.27. So, you know, they're right there. So I'll take the better starter. I'll take the better offense. Bullpen-wise, I don't know, pretty even across the board. So Red Sox money line to me, minus 120. All right.
Sure.
That's where you're at right there. Let's shut up and pitch time. Let's give these guys some pitching props. See what you got. You teased us that maybe you like something in the Padres Phillies game.
Yeah, I do have you, Darvish. That's over 5.5 Ks, and um, yeah, I mean he's right there. He's always right there, or over, just in general on game logs. But also, I think, and you get looking at so many teams, you start forgetting what the hell you looked at. I think Phillies were like 24% strikeout rate in the last month, something like that. I don't think it was, terribly good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to navigate Fangraphs now to look. But I think they were not, 11th worst, so 24.3% in the last month. If you want to break it down the right and the left and all that, but certainly, I make all these projections all the time, and I was at 6.4. So almost 6.5 basically, and I'm getting 5.5 best line FanDuel, which this is another weird thing is, FanDuel just constantly seems to be the line. Like that's always just the best line on props. It just seems to be. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it certainly has been something I've noticed over this season. Anyway.
Yeah, the line I'm giving out, the best or the first one at least, was over on FanDuel too. So it's a shame they don't have the pitching props out. I'd love to have another book to price shop that market, but they just don't have it. So it's really unfortunate. So, all right, you like an over? It was 5.5 for you, Darvish. 5.5.
Correct.
Over.
Yeah, it was minus 116 best price at FanDuel. Although I know that they're still doing those instant DFS props at Bet Openly. The thing, you could look at it like, okay, it sucks that you would have to, I think it has to be a minimum of 3-team parlay, but the odds in which they're giving you make it literally plus EV to do that. So you can make a 3-team prop parlay and still get plus EV. Your win percentage is going to be fairly low, which people have trouble dealing with, I suppose. But if you understand the math and the numbers, it's something you should definitely be on there to check out. Just as an added bonus for Bet Openly.
Good stuff right there. I'm going to go ahead and look at Brewers taking on the Reds. I like Corbin Burns under 6.5 Ks. It's at plus money, or it was at plus money last night. You can't get plus money today, so make sure you're giving a follow on Twitter. 2 starts versus the Reds in 2023. He got 7 Ks the first time. He got worse the second time, predictably. He only got 6. Also, that was his last start. His last start came against the Cincinnati Reds, where he got 6 strikeouts. Overall, in 2023, he's had 18 starts where he stayed under in 10 of those 18 starts. So at plus 102, you're definitely talking about a winning bet right here if you were to bet it all 18 times. His K per 9 in his career. Well, I kind of wanted to highlight this a little bit and just show that everybody's still got, I think, the perception in his mind that this is just an overpowering strikeout guy. K per 9 in 2020 was 13.3. 2021, it dropped to 12.6. Last season, it dropped to 10.8. And this season, it's dropped to 8.6. So the strikeouts are just dropping off, staying under on the year, staying under against the Reds in his last start. Expect the Reds to be more successful this time around. Give me Corbin Burns under 6.5 Ks, or just do the same thing you did last start and go ahead and cash under 6.5 Ks. Also like Ross Stripling there of the Giants to stay under 3.5 Ks at plus money. This was another one. Now the best price is minus 115. We're locked in last night at plus 115. How about this one, Squirrel? How about stayed under in his last 6 appearances? Stayed under in his last 6 appearances. How about staying under in 10 of 12 games overall in 2023? How about look at what he's doing in his last 5 outings in terms of pitching deep into games? 3.1, 3.1, 3, 2, and 3.2 innings pitched. He is not going deep into this game, folks. That's not how they use Ross Stripling. He's probably just going to go 3 innings. So you're talking 9 outs. Is he going to strike out 4 or more of those 9 batters? He hasn't been able to do it this season. 6 in a row. He has not done it. 10 of 12 overall. And he's allowing opponents to hit 293 off him. Opponents' batting average of 293. His K per 9 is 7.5. He's not missing any bats. Nobody's missing him and hitting 293 off him. I don't think he's going to get 4+ strikeouts and roughly 9 outs that he's going to ask to get today. Pirates' K percentage is 25.3. Pirates struggle versus left-handers. Look for him to go 3-ish innings, and then Sean Manaea to come in and do some little mop-up duty, and maybe he goes a couple innings. So I think Ross Stripling under 3.5 Ks plus 115. 4th inning, log shots. I'd like to give them some dog of the day. What do you got, Squirrel?
These are 2 different, much like the Padres, they're pretty close to being even odds, or they are some plus odds that are kind of barely over the mark there. That it's very tit for tat on, back and forth. If you were to sit there and compare bullpens, compare strikeout rates, compare starters even, the New York Mets is one I started to zero in on with Verlander, and you get the home advantage with the Mets, and I'm also against you on the other one, which is a home advantage. It is the Cubs, which I took, and I'm not super convinced, that Hendricks is bad. I mean, I see that there's a lower amount of innings pitched with, I think, only about 51. So that kind of scares me when you see a lower sample size. However, he's still done well. And even in things that they may be edged out in, it's just not a ton. So I think these are coin flip games where I'm just getting some plus money that warrants a play. And I look at these things from a value perspective, not who I think is going to win the game necessarily all the time. But that's what I'm going with is the Mets and the Cubs for coin flip plus money.
Okay, good. I love it when we've got different dogs, too. You and I've got a couple as well, so we've got a good amount of dogs to share. You like the Mets and the Cubs. All right. Much like you went against me, I'm going to go against you with one of my 2 dogs, and it's going to be the Phillies. They're not quite – They're at a dog, but not at a plus money price. But you can get them at minus 105 where the Padres are favored. It's coin flippy, right? We're talking minus 115 up against minus 105. So – yeah, I like the Phillies at minus 105. Then I also like the Pirates at plus money, taking on the Giants. Giants bullpen, been speaking highly of them, but we saw them regress leading up to the All-Star break. So the Pirates actually have the better numbers coming out of the All-Star break. Neither team crushing the ball, right? Giants are struggling versus left-handers. Pirates aren't great. They're about league average versus right-handers. I like the Pirates at plus 102. Look for them to go ahead and get the win. So Pirates, Phillies for me. Remember a few weeks ago I did the Keystone State Parlay? Maybe the Keystone State Parlay will cash tonight for you guys. All right, 5th inning. Let's give these guys some hitting props. You got anything? I know I've got a couple.
I have an extra. I just threw an extra pitching prop in because normally I put my WNBA deals in here, and I don't really model batting props, but I do model the pitching props, and I'm against you on another one. I want the Corbin Burns play. I'll go over the 6.5 again. I know it's the 3rd time that they're playing. I've seen The game logs, I guess there was a 7 strikeout and a 6 strikeout, right? It was like June
Mhm.
2nd, July 5th, or something along those lines. Very similar result though. Gave up 2 or 3 hits, gave up 2 runs. Two hits, 2 runs, something along those lines. It was fairly low, but the only thing to scare me is the familiarity. But the thing that doesn't scare me is my projection, and I do have it over 7,
Nice.
just over 7. So I will just play the numbers and go for Corbin Burns again. I think if you were to play the under 6.5 and you were to like Jason's bet, I don't think it's terrible. I think you're going to be right on the line either way, though. I think it's probably going to be one of those sweaty deals where you're, right on the hook. I think you'll probably see 6 or 7.
Got a sweat going on right now at the men's semifinal at Wimbledon. Anybody who's sweating over 3.5 sets, got it tuned on right here. That's what my reaction was to. Center goes up a mini break here in the third set tiebreaker. I'm going to go ahead and do fifth inning, keep swinging, give you guys a couple of hitters here. This guy plays for the Seattle Mariners. What's his name? Teoscar Hernandez. He's 8 for 19 off Rodriguez, 2 doubles and 3 home runs. And I also like Trey Turner for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's taking on Yu Darvish, where he's 7 for 20, 2 doubles and 2 home runs. So give me Hernandez of the Mariners and Turner there of the Phillies. Sixth inning, it's a steal. What do you got there? It's a steal there, Squirrel.
Mine is based on price. Somewhere around -120 is where I came up with the Baltimore Orioles today at home against Alcantara and the Marlins. The line's now -135. You get Dean Kremer, and I don't know. I think fairly even, really, in terms of the pitching. I mean, Alcantara is a name that just kind of dropped off seemingly throughout this year. There's been a couple guys who have done that. I always feel afraid of kind of the Marlins offense and some of these guys, especially Luis Arias, having a lot of familiarity with him, being a former Twins player and hitter of the year and all that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of price though, and closing good, like I always preach and always talk about, I'm getting 10, 15 cents there on the Orioles.
Okay, all right, for my sixth inning, it's a steal. I like to give out my NRFI of the day, and I'll do so today by making you wait all the way until the last game of the day. Tigers, Mariners, NRFI of the day. These teams rank 26th and 19th in the major leagues in terms of not scoring in the first inning. That's at 72 and 76% for the Tigers and Mariners. I'm going to also go ahead and talk about Castillo. He's given up 5 earned runs in the first inning. Little concerning, but 4 home runs. Just really got to knock it off with the home run ball because he's got some great opponents. Batting average at 167. His whip is under 1 at .94. And he's got 18 Ks and 18 starts. So just knock it off with the home run ball, and I think he'll have a clean first inning. And then Rodriguez. He's had 12 starts. He's only given up 3 runs. He has 12 Ks in those 12 starts, and he has a 250 opponent's batting average with a 1.08 whip. So give me Tigers Mariners as your NRFI of the day. It's about -140. Seventh inning coming to a stretch. That's where we like to give you guys our best bet of the day. Haven't heard you mention this game yet. Will it come up here and come into a stretch? What you got, Squirrel?
You mentioned this game, Yankees and Rockies.
Okay.
My best bet, I believe, right now currently is over 11 in the game. I think probably most likely the Yankees tee off on them, and then I expect at least a little bit of a contribution from the Rockies. And the only reason I'm saying that, I think that they stand a chance. And if this came back as a trend a little bit, is that Rodon is a left-handed pitcher, right? And I think you said that came back a little bit. They started to restore the left-handed deal. So if they can contribute a little bit, then you have Austin Gomber in a god-awful, probably the worst bullpen in the last month, I think, if I was looking at the numbers correctly. And you're at Coors Field on top of it all. You have a wind blowing towards left field. I think Yankees obviously win by a wide margin, but enough to go over 11 as well in the game. So that's what I would take if I had to bet pretty much one game, either that or the Orioles, but probably over 11 in this game.
Are you seeing any 11s out there? I'm ran a book and I got an 11.5. Are there any 11s left?
Oh, I bet 11 at -115. I think there's some -110s actually. Yeah, let me look for you. I'll tell you. In terms of regulated books, yeah,
I'm just curious.
let me find.
I don't see.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
there's.
Good.
I'm trying to find regulated books here. So yeah, I don't know, like Caesars, Michigan, I guess, like
Okay.
11. Yeah, I mean, if you're offshore, I guess, if
Oh,
you're somebody using like a Bovada or something, there's 11. Points bet 11. Caesars 11. DraftKings 11. BetMGM 11. It's all over. Yeah, there's 11.
all right, let's get it. Best bet of the day. For my best bet of the day, I'm going to go for a team that's got the better offense. They've got the better starter. They've got the bullpen. Go ahead and pull the trigger on that Braves run line, taking on the White Sox today at home. The run line, you got to check all three boxes if you're going to do it. You do it right here. Charlie Morton up against Michael Kopech. Charlie Morton's going to have success up against a bottom 10 offense in the White Sox versus right-handers. They strike out too much against right-handers. Charlie Morton's got some good strikeout stuff. Should really only give up probably about 2 runs max. Meanwhile, Michael Kopech has been full-on struggling lately, having a hard time going deep into games and facing the number one offense in the bigs. Braves offense just scorching hot. Better starter, checks out Charlie Morton. Better offense, and talking about the starters, we talked about the offense. And better bullpen. You got a top 5 bullpen in the Atlanta Braves going up against the bottom 5 bullpen in the Chicago White Sox. It's better across the board. We're at home, coming out of the All-Star break. Look for the Braves to stay hot. I'll go ahead and take them on the run line against the White Sox as your best bet today. 8th inning, that's where we give you a double play. That's why we call it double play. What's your double play today?
It's gotta be without a doubt the Yankees money line with something. I mean, I guess you could do a same game. You could go Yankees and the over. Maybe a little bit risky there. So we'll go Yankees. I wish I had a price on the Twins today against the Athletics because you have Maeda pitching and
Yes.
we just don't have a pitcher for the Athletics, and this is a game we haven't talked about because, well, we're not going to talk about it when there's no pitcher decided. But I would like the Yankees and Twins when it comes out.
Yes.
Um,
You would like the Twins, presumably?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
for a double play, absolutely, yeah. And
I
to get
like it.
back as well to your NRFI, I really do like under the projections in this Mariners game. I really like the under. I don't know if I'd pay that much for the money line, though. Um,
No.
for the Mariners. So yeah, I mean, dude, Yankees and something, but
You get
I don't know.
Yankees
What do
and
you have?
Braves. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to give that out because that's like me kind of cheaping you guys, giving you Yankees Braves. I'm on each run line, but clearly a Yankees Braves money line parlay. Another game we won't talk about is the Diamondbacks taking on the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays haven't announced a starter, just like the Athletics haven't taken on the Twins. But you got to figure whoever the Athletics put out there, you'll certainly like the Twins
I see
more.
Blue Jays have Barrios.
Okay, you got that. Okay, I'm seeing
Yeah,
undecided.
there's
I like
lines.
that.
There's a lot of lines for this game. It's about plus 150 minus 170, plus 155 minus 170.
Okay. All right, cool. So we do got a starter. We will talk about that game then. All right, for my double
Yeah.
play, I'm going to go to one of my favorite overs of the day, which is the Guardians and the Rangers. Guardians and the Rangers, both of these coming into the All-Star break, were a top 10 offense versus right-handers. 2 right-handers on the mound in Savali and John Gray. These 2 teams also hit left-handers really well, so it shouldn't matter who's coming out of this bullpen. Both of these offenses are top right now in Major League Baseball. Bullpen-wise, Guardians certainly have the edge and certainly sit in the top half of the league, where the Rangers, though, are in the bottom 10 in Major League Baseball in terms of bullpen. So I'll take it over 8.5 in Guardians Rangers, and I'm going to parlay that with Mariners on the money line. They get Luis Castillo. Tigers struggle versus right-handed pitching, and Rodriguez struggled in his last start coming off the disabled list. Mariners aren't great versus left-handers, but they get the hitting advantage with Castillo going up against the Tigers, and they get the bullpen advantage. So I will go ahead and take Mariners money line over 8.5 between the Guardians and Rangers. That comes in at plus 193. Plus 193 for that parlay. So there we have it right there. All right, let's go ahead and throw all of our bets up on the screen. Then let's talk some rapid fire. Let's do it. I'm going to toss mine up here.
Yeah, I'll just talk through some of my safer ones. The Orioles, obviously, I closing well on that. I got 120, 125. I really like that Yankees and Rockies over 11. Um,
Okay.
especially Yankees. I mean, you probably could go run line there. To be honest, I wouldn't squawk at that at all. And then I have my 2 underdogs there in the Mets and the Cubs. So
Okay.
that's where
Let's
I've got my actual money down today so far. So
before
far.
we so far got before we get to a rapid fire, let's catch these questions right quick. We've got a FanDuel
hmm
boost. Gotta love that. Thank you for letting us know. Sometimes those are tricky. You don't see them. Why would the Yankees trade for if the Yankees can trade for Otani, but not how they're built right now? Here's the deal. I don't understand that the Yankees are going to trade for
Can that
Otani
be moved down a
because
little bit because it's behind the picture?
yeah, I'm about
Or
to move it down. Here's the reason why the Yankees aren't going to trade for Ohtani. They're going to realize here real quick that they're not in the playoffs. And you got to give up all of the farm pieces to get Ohtani because he's a two-way player and obviously one of the best players in all the league. They're not going to want to give up the farm system to go get Ohtani, especially once they realize about 2 weeks from now they're out of it. So that'll be it. I haven't heard either way, whether he's signing, doesn't want out. I don't know what he wants. That's the thing. You can't leave you can't have the best player in baseball get away for free. It's a tough situation. Can't have the best player get away for free. But that being said, who's going to pay the price to get him? I don't know. And then opinions on the WNBA All-Star Game. We joked that we didn't even know the All-Star Game was happening, so we don't have an opinion.
No, I mean, I do have a bet on it. I'll give you the opinion.
Shit. Hook him up. Sorry, man. I didn't mean
I have... I took... Well, you can't get it now. I have Team Wilson -3.5, and it's -5.5 or 6 at the moment. But Team Wilson's what I got for the All-Star Game in WNBA.
Okay. Cool. Like it. See if that'll hit. All right, let's go ahead and do a rapid fire. Let's go ahead and do this thing here. Let's see. We've got the first game. Padres and Phillies over under of 9.5. Padres -115. Phillies -105. I like the Phillies. I'm going to stick with them and probably would take it over 9.5.
I didn't bet the game at all. I would take the Padres if I were betting it. I like the Yu Darvish prop a lot more, so I probably will get down on that, in all reality. And an over is the play I want as well. Yeah, 9.5 would be good. So Padres over and Yu Darvish over 5.5, I think it was for Darvish.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do Marlins Orioles over under of 8.5. Marlins +120. Orioles -140. A tough one here with Alcantara. I don't know what you're going to get with him this season.
Played the Orioles.
Yeah.
I would take an under if I were going to play it, just given the, the pitching and such. But I think, what is this, 8.5?
Yeah, I was actually going to take the over.
Yeah.
I can't ignore this Marlins offense and how well they're performing. So
right.
Hopefully they don't cool off. I like over 8.5 and probably take the Marlins. I'd rather probably have the +120.
I'm like exactly opposite. I'll go under 8.5 and I'll take the Orioles so we can match up and offer each other something on Bet Openly, our great sponsor.
Nice, yeah. Make the bet. What about Giants and Pirates over under of 9? Giants -125, Pirates +105. I'll stick to my Pirates money line and I'll stick to the over 9.
Yeah, I think I had it interest in under 9.5. If it was 9.5, it's 9 now. I had interest at 9.5. It's 9 now. So I guess direction wise, I'd be on an under for a total, but I don't think I have anything on the money lines. I think I was interested in under 9.5.
Diamondbacks, Blue Jays, you're right. Ryan Nelson up against Jose Barrios, over under at 9.5. Diamondbacks +150. Blue Jays -175. Perhaps the Blue Jays is a little money line parlay piece. I'd probably maybe would rather want, because the Diamondbacks actually have a scary offense, maybe would rather factor in just the Blue Jays offense being successful today and take maybe their team total. They go Blue Jays team total today. So, but as far as this, I'll say Blue Jays money line. Blue Jays money line.
Yeah, it's nothing I'm betting. It's nothing I have a bet in, but I might take a shot on the underdog just because I know that the Diamondbacks can hit. I mean, the fact that they can put up runs makes them scary, even despite, maybe the starting matchup not being quite there.
Brewers and Reds over under of 9.5. Brewers -115. Reds -105. That Ashcraft is really preventing me from jumping on the underdog of the Reds. So I like the over 9.5.
Sure.
Expect him to continue getting rocked, and the Reds will be a little bit better this time around off Corbin Burns. So I'll take over 9.5.
Yeah, I like over 9.5 as well. If I had to pick a money line, it would be the Brewers, but I think the better thing in terms of my projections is Corbin Burns again to go over 6.5. I think it was. Yeah.
Dodgers and Mets over under of 8.5. -120 Dodgers. Mets even money. I'm just taking the Dodgers here.
Ooh, we're against each other again. I got the Verlander and the Mets. I'll take the home advantage, which by my calculations may be what's pushing it over, that little bit of a coin flip. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not only this one, but also the Cubs as well, because there is a certain percentage of, I guess, there's a certain percentage that gets allocated to a home team that it's not completely always about the stats as well. It is just a fact that I think it's 3.5 or 4% boost in win rate for teams that are just simply at home.
To play at home. White Sox and Braves over under of 9.5 plus 210 for White Sox, minus 250 for Braves. Love everything about it. Best bet today. Braves run line. Get on it, Boix. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to sit here and argue a White Sox money line to you, you know? So.
What about the Red Sox and the Cubs? We see this one different. My minus 120 Red Sox is holding up, so I'm now seeing minus 135. Plus 115 for the Cubs, over under of 9. I probably would bet on Hendricks to, like, not implode. He's probably going to give up 3-ish runs, but not implode. So because of that, he'll probably hit the under. He'll probably get to the under, but I'd rather have Red Sox money line.
I'd rather have Cubs money line. I bought mine later. So, you're closing fantastic. That's another thing is I want to make this point and make it very clear to people that there is literally no right side of the game, right? There or sharp side, I should say. When you hear oh, it was the sharp side. Well, sharp side is really all relative to whatever the number is that you got. And you're telling me that you got minus 120 and the game's minus 133 or whatever it is right now, right? So you're sitting there closing by 10 or more cents in the MLB on a money line. That's fantastic. And, I'm glad for you. This is, I would be very happy with that number as well. And on the other side, I just bought mine, right? I just bought my Cubs line at plus 123. Okay.
Oh, you're looking good too. You're down to plus 115.
Right. So truthfully, if I had my number and you had your number, it would be an ARB. My plus money would be more than what you paid for your favorite. So it always comes down to price. This is why everyone talks about line shopping. This is why you talk about it's in the timing of the bets, understanding what's called the inflection points. So when limits are raised, when lineups come out, when the line opens, probably right before game time, there's pitching changes. Anything like that is called an inflection point. It's going to change the odds significantly. And if you can take advantage of those, then you'll do very well.
Yeah. Guardians and Rangers over under of 8.5 plus 115 Guardians. Rangers minus 135. Tough one for me on the money line here. Tough one. Really tough one. I'm going to take Guardians plus 115, and I'll go over 8.5. That's in my double play. Of course I like
that. Okay. Now tell me, please, why are you going over the 8.5? Because this is the projection that I have. This is where the line has drifted, but I'm scared of it because of the numbers from the starting pitchers. But I know that the offenses are pretty overwhelmingly good. So is it purely an offensive play for you, or is there something more that I didn't come across?
It's all of it. Kind of hot offenses, both for left-handers and right-handers. 2 starters that don't overpower anybody, and a Rangers bullpen, which is struggling right now. So a lot of factors. Okay. Me over 8.5.
Great. Yeah, I probably will play that now that you have that lean as well.
Nice. You'll see it on my card later. Rays and Royals, 280 minus 280 for the Rays. Royals plus 235 with an over-under of 9. I'm not here to make a case for a plus 235 Royals up against Tyler Glass now. So Rays are a money line parlay piece.
Hey, listen, man, I had an extra pitching prop. I don't think I ever got to it. We talked about you, Darvish, and I talked about the Corbin Burns, but I never talked about Alec Marsh, did I?
No. What are we doing with this guy?
Alec Marsh, absolutely the only thing you can do. Hold on. I had the wow. I have the okay. I don't know why the hell I got this mixed up. I thought he was on the Rays. He's not. Glass now is. So, but the projection is correct. The projection's correct.
Projection's correct.
But I had the team name wrong. But the projection is correct. Over 4.5. And I was looking at his kind of his past, his minor league stuff, as well as the 2 starts he has had. And he's gotten 5 in both of his starts so far. He's a 25-year-old kind of newer pitcher here. But that was another pitching prop projection that I forgot to talk about because it should have been said in the third inning, right?
Let's see. Rays, what was their K? Just curious. Oh, yeah. Only hitting 209, strikeout 28.3. They're a team that would have welcomed an all-star break to maybe help their cooling off that had been. So we'll see. If the numbers play out post all-star break, I think over 4.5 is a fantastic play. Love it. Nationals and Cardinals over-under of 9. Nationals plus 155. Cardinals minus 180. I want the Nationals at plus 155, and I want the over 9. Want it all. Over in Nationals.
I see. Who's the pitcher? I'm seeing undecided on this, but it's got to be wrong because there's lines all over the place.
I got Trevor Williams up against Miles Michaelis.
And you want the what? The Nationals?
And the over.
And the over. Well, at least it's correlated that way. Let's see. It's trending. Yeah, it's trending towards the over as well. It's about to hit 9.5. It's like mega juiced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with them. Again, this is a game, I don't have a bet in. So I understand, though. Yeah, like why you would want that underdog and why you'd want the over.
Cool. Yankees and Rockies over under of 11, minus 205 for the Yankees, plus 175 for the Rockies. I'm sticking to the Yankees on the run line, and you're probably going to stick to the over.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Here's the Astros and Angels. JP France up against Shohei Ohtani with an over-under of 8. Astros plus 135. Angels minus 155. Ohtani's on the mound, but I can't ignore the Astros' offensive numbers. I can't ignore the bullpen advantage that the Astros have. I want the Astros plus 135. I'll take under 8 to go with it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I thought the Angels are so much more. I think I got the Angels mixed up with the Mariners price of minus 170. So there's minus 150 roughly is the Angels price here. I know to go over strikeouts, there was a slight edge for Ohtani from my numbers and projections. If you're looking for a pitcher prop or a way to back Ohtani if you don't want to take the money line. I don't think I don't have any bet in the game, but I guess from the only edge that I know that I have, I would go Ohtani over the 6.5, I believe it is.
Tigers and Mariners over under of 7. 7.
Yeah, I'd play the under. I would with a line like that. If you're afraid of it, play it. I'm serious. I know it sounds stupid, but anytime, dude. So it works on the other end of the spectrum as well, right? When you see over 13, over 14, over 15, if you've seen these games like that, play it. If it scares you and you go, there's no way in hell I'm getting 13, 14, 15 runs in this, you probably will. If you say, well, for 9 innings of baseball, under 7, so we need 6 runs or less, no way, you probably will. There's a reason it's so low. It's T-Mobile Park. You get those really low projections. You have great pitching on both sides of the game. Yeah, I would play it. Those are the kinds of lines that everyone hammers the over, and they you go, how did I not get 7 runs?
Yeah, I can't mess with the over. I do like the Mariners on the money line, though. I think they're a parlay piece. I like them.
Sure, but I have projections like crazy for the under in that game, and the line shows it. I mean, it just speaks to you. Like that's just.
Where is it in terms of? Is it? I'm gonna look in terms of juice. Like, are we about to fall to 6.5? Or let me see where we're at.
No, it's just 110.
Oh, it's just 110. Okay. Actually, now DraftKings is minus 105 with the over at minus 115. So maybe you can get a 7.5 out there. All right, fellas, that's how we're doing it. On return to Major League Baseball, return to the payoff pitch, and of course, we're back on Monday. Full show every day next week. Preview.
Return today. Okay, we won't see you tomorrow.
Hey,
this was a short week. This was a good week.
Hey. All right. Good luck tonight on your bets. Good luck, everybody out there. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll look to see you guys at the cash counter tonight, and then we'll come on back tomorrow. We'll do it again. Have a good one, everybody. See you, Squirrel.
Yep. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.